Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com. Hey y'all, welcome to Pink Shade. It's Mary Payne, and I've got Keisha here from the Libra line with Keisha to talk about the penultimate, second to last episode of Life After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 9, Busted and Disgusted.
I'm not ready for it to end because these last few episodes have been really good.
I know.
Really good.
I'm upset. I'm upset that it's coming to an end. Some of the people I could really give a rep, but
yeah.
I'm sad that it's coming to an end, mostly because what's coming next is Mama June, and I can't talk about that.
Slap your hand right now. You know that's one of my favorite shows.
I know you like it, but I said, nope. And I told you before we started, I can't recap it because I think I would become real mean and real low. And what did you say?
That's all you can do when you're watching that. That's yes, you start off low. There's nowhere else to go but low with them. It is. Yeah.
I know.
But it's funny.
Yeah. You know what? I got to tell you. So I've been going to this like pain management doctor for this thing in my back. And so you go in and they talk to you about your, back pain and how they're going to help you and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I've been getting these like injections and whatever. So, but when you go in, last couple times, 3 or 4 times, they have on all these TVs all over, they have Tiny House Nation. Okay. So even if you don't have the sound, you can see it and you can see what they're all right, this is kind of cool. And it kind of keeps you entertained while you're waiting with all the 85-year-old people in there that are in there with you. And last time I was in there, they had Dance Moms. Is that the same as Toddlers and Tiaras? It's close, right? It's Dance Moms.
Totally different shows.
Okay, but similar in that it's abusive mothers making their children do something they don't really want to do.
Yes. Then they're one and the same.
That's how I'm seeing it. So it's got the Abby Lee Miller and then the moms on the front row, like kind of like doing the motions with the daughters that are dancing on the stage. Like the moms like doing like up and down and around.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Oh, she nailed it, Yep. So I imagine it's similar. And I was like, this is not hitting the same as Tiny House Nation. I can't imagine the people here really want to be seeing Abby Lee Miller yelling at like a 10-year-old, like, oh, your foot is so hurt? Well, then you're going to be in a wheelchair all day. And making a 10-year-old go.
Got the tape, Maddie. Yes. Point your toes.
But so you have seen that show, Dance Moms?
Probably every single episode except for the last 2 seasons. So it just kind of fell off for me a little bit there. But I rewatch it.
Based in Texas?
No, they're up north.
They are. Okay.
They're in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought somebody was from Texas in that show.
Or close to Pennsylvania. Well, so the Toddlers and Tiaras, a lot of their shows are in the South, especially like Louisiana.
Yeah.
So, a lot of the girls are from there. But there's a lot of them in like really, really small towns in Texas as well. Their pageants are huge for kids down there.
Yeah. I have a cousin who has a daughter that did the pageant thing, and she's into cheer and all that. It's a whole big thing, and I don't know what it's a gateway to. It's a gateway to something. I don't know. College scholarships, I guess, would be the goal.
Yeah. They get a lot of money and scholarship money and all of that good stuff. And then they want that title.
They want that title. You got to be Little Miss Hawaiian Tropic or whatever.
Little Miss Perfect.
Sweet potato queen.
You're not going to get no go-go juice if you don't go turn right on that stage. No go-go juice.
Well, I would be interested in a Dance Moms type of situation if there was a current day, something of that. I'm not interested in Toddlers and Tiaras because Dance Moms, at least the kids seem to be teenagers. But the Toddlers and Tiaras seems like but my favorite GIF, I never know how to say that I send to
Which one?
I'm sure I've sent it to you a million times. I believe it is Honey Boo Boo. It's a little girl with she's standing in front of a bunch of trophies. She's in a crop top and
that's Honey Boo Boo.
And a puff skirt, and she's going,
Yeah. So that's where the term goes, a dollar make me holler, Honey Boo Boo child. So that was her claim to fame. Yeah. That episode is what shot her and her family right on up. Got their own show and everything.
Well, her doing the pelvic thrust in front of all the trophies, I send. It's on my favorites. It's saved in my favorites, and I go to my GIFs. I don't have to type in. I used to type in dancing toddler, pelvic thrust, baby. These are things I would have to type in, but now I just favorited it. So I send it once a day to somebody.
That's Alana.
It'll be like the food's on the way, and I'll be like, I made it on my chest. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah,
I remember seeing her first episode. We were like, "Who is this child right here?" And you couldn't help but to laugh at everything she did, because I mean, she wasn't good in the pageants. I mean, it was all about her personality. I mean, she was hilarious. Yeah, they were interesting.
So they've been on for 10 years. I mean, they've got spinoff after spinoff after spinoff.
No, right? They've been in the game for longer than 10 years.
Longer.
I think so.
Because she's 17, 18 now.
Well, she's 17, I think 17. So maybe 10 years. Yeah, I think you might be right. Because no, she was probably like 5 or 6 whenever she was on Toddlers and Tiaras. So, yeah. Little.
Well, here's to say, I'm not going to be covering Mama June, but if anybody wants to discuss Keisha is open for discussions. She wants
yes,
to
we will most definitely talk about it on the Libra Lounge. Keisha, can't help it. That's my girl right there. They're so trashy. I just love it.
Well, that's why I'm afraid I would get too snotty.
You get angry. You would get angry at some of the stuff that they do.
Yeah.
Or things that they don't do.
She keeps dating or running off with meth heads and missing teeth. And
that's, Mama June. Oh, yeah, but she's married now. She got him. He had no teeth.
Okay.
Look, we used to love After Lockup meth teeth. This man had no teeth at all. Not even a tooth. But
Wow.
Yeah, she got him new teeth.
Okay. And that's not the guy she was arrested with, like on a crack run or something. That was
Gino. That was Gino. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're done. They're over with. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, guys, the moral of the story is to act a fool and you too can get a television show.
And I keep trying my hardest to be a fool everywhere I go so I can get my own show. It just hasn't worked for me yet.
I know. You're too classy, I think, to be on these shows, I think.
I don't think you know what I'm willing to do, Mary Bank.
Well, I'm always, every time there's anything like, do you know a friend? I was like, I do. I know somebody who wants to be on the show. Her name is Keisha.
When is my opportunity coming? Come on, I'm ready.
She will adopt a chinchilla for ratings. She will. She'll do it.
I adopted a 3-legged chinchilla.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about that part.
He had 3 legs.
Have you checked on the status of that chinchilla lately? Is she doing all right?
We did for like about 2 months, and he was perfectly fine. He was in a much better place than he was with our scary asses who were afraid to pick him up.
Yeah.
So, right. Yeah.
Guys, if you don't know that story, good God. All right, listen. Let's get started because this is a really long episode of Life After Lockup, chock full of terrible things and happy things. And, well, I don't know.
It was a good one.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any happy things. We'll find out when we get there.
No.
No. All right, so let's start with Monique and Derek.
Okay, all righty.
Okay. So we open with a knock on the door at Monique's fake house, and he's in the kitchen going, my sisters are crazy. They're crazy. They're not coming. They're crazy. And at the door is her godmother, Rachel, who's got a real Kate Gosselin hairdo. Rachel wants to see the manager. Rachel is a real Karen, and I like it because this is what Monique needs, right?
Yeah. She's a Karenisha. Mm-hmm. That's what we call it, Karenisha.
Karenisha. She comes in, she's got her hair done, and she is ready. And so another sister that I don't believe we've met named Nicole comes in.
We have not. No.
So now we know, because we did have a question, who is Stacy?
Yes.
Stacy is their bestie, and I think he was with her in that other season she was on when they were up in the club before she met
that club. Eric. I think so. Yeah, when she was waiting on him to get out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So because he didn't make an impression on us, we didn't recognize him at first. But now we know that that's the bestie. And then I said, when they sit down, you see Nicole and Rachel. And I said, what in the Canal Street fakeness is Sister Nicole's purse? Did you see this purse?
I didn't notice it. No. What was it? How bad was it?
It was so bad. First of all, it was a print all over it, like a Louis Vuitton fake print.
Okay. Okay.
And then it had the word Louis Vuitton written across the front of it, just in cursive.
Oh,
And it
no.
was just bad. It was bad.
She didn't even know how to pick out a good fake one. Dang.
You go
Oh,
to the
no.
website. Does it match anything there? No. It doesn't. So
It's like when Louis bought Teresa's girls the fake bracelets and everyone matched up the box. Like, this is so fake. You didn't even do a good job at getting fake.
At least go to DH Gate because
Right?
they got some good fakes over there. So Godmother Rachel says, Mo, no, Derek, we have a lot of questions for you. And he goes, okay. He goes, listen, we've had our ups and downs. And they all jump on him like, ups and downs? Where are the ups? Where are the ups? We have only heard these bad things about you. Now, you notice on the table, they have red wine and tequila and vodka. And I don't see any mixers.
Do they look like they mix their drinks? No, I think they drink it straight from the bottle.
They have all just drinking
turn up.
Straight whatever it is.
Yep.
And so they're like, you don't have any ups. And Stacy says, if it's really good and you guys have these ups, why doesn't she ever tell us the good stuff?
Right.
Now we get Stacy and Sylvia to the side and they go, we all know the bad stuff and we know everything going on. I don't know who he thinks he's kidding. She could fall for that okie doke, but we don't.
And she keeps falling for it and falling for it. All the okie dokes she keeps falling for.
So then they all at one time, all these women and Stacy all start yelling at Derek. And they're like, he's not good for you, Monique. And like he cheated on you the first week he was out while he was still in town. He was cheating on you.
Yep.
And she was like, he's like, well, listen, I could talk about that. Like, I didn't feel like we were really together at that time. And they were like, what are you talking about? She was in town visiting you. What are you talking about?
They were shacked up in a hotel, like for days and days and days.
He didn't think they were really together.
No,
and
no.
Monique says, hey, we got over that. And we're going to move on. But you're going to have to take accountability, Derek, because we weren't on bad terms when you did that the first time. And he goes, okay. Now we both made mistakes, but we moved past it. Okay. It's never worked.
I would love to know exactly what mistakes that Monique made other than fashion mistakes. But she has been, she has been really good to him and very down for him. And she has not beat his ass. So that is a good quality woman right there. I mean, she is going to ride or die with Derek all the way to, she's going to ride with Derek all the way to his Tubi movie that just came out.
I saw something about that and I was like, now what is this? And his promo photo for it is the one she took by him at the elevator at the Hampton Inn with that Gucci shirt looking at his watch.
Because that's the only good shirt that he has, clearly. I'm just waiting for one of the bunkies to take one for the team and watch it and tell us what it's all about.
I mean, do you have to pay for it? Probably.
No. Tubi's good. No. I like a lot of old stuff, so I'll look for it and it'll be on Tubi. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping you would say yes, you have to pay for it, and that would be my experience.
No, ma'am. We're going to watch it tonight and then talk about it later.
No, tonight you got Yellow Jackets and Succession. It's Sunday night, guys. And 90 Day the other way. Sunday night's the best night for television. You can't watch Tubi and you can't watch Dirk.
I'll be watching Yellow Jackets and Zeus.
Okay. Now, are you caught up on Yellow Jackets?
Oh, all the way. Look. You told me about that show the next Monday. I stayed in my bed, ate cookies and chips while my poor husband went to work 2 hours away, and I binged it. And then I was scratching. I'm like a crackhead. I'm like, they ain't got no more of them episodes out yet. When is another episode coming out? Like I'm itching. I'm fiending for it. So yes, I'm excited for tonight so I can watch the latest episode. So good.
Okay. Well, it is, if you haven't listened, so I did an episode with Kimberly and Katie, and then Kimberly and Katie and I did an episode with Aaron as well. And I believe that's on our Patreon where we broke it down. We had so much to talk about. We had to talk about it twice. And then Kimberly and Katie, of course, are doing from A Date with Dateline, are doing A Date with K&K. And on Sunday nights, they are kind of recapping what happened on the Yellow Jackets episode on YouTube. Because they know all the conspiracy theories. You can't say anything to them. They'll be like, nuh-uh, because you remember in season 1, episode 4, he was at the grocery store and people thought that was Javi. I'm like, wait, what?
So they're way deep into it.
Way deep into it. And I watched Yellow Jackets on Friday night because
Mm-hmm.
it comes out. I don't know where, but I came on Hulu and it said new, and I was like, yes, click.
Oh.
And then I lost an hour of my life. But yeah, it's already out.
Man.
It's already out.
Okay. Let's hurry up and do this show.
Shit, panic. Okay, sorry. Okay, so Sunday night, Derek, Tubi, not gonna watch. So he says, we both made mistakes. We moved past it. And Rachel says, if you moved past it, why is she still looking at your phone and trying to figure out what you're doing and who you're with? And he goes, that's just who she is. We're just rebuilding the trust. And she says, Derek, most of the time you sleep with your phone inside your boxers.
That is some crazy shit to me right there. You might as well sleep with the phone outside in the car then, if you're going to put them in your boxers.
That was wild because he thought, where can I put it where she cannot open it up and then put it up to my face for Face ID? Like he really thought, like, what would I wake up? He really thought about it. So as she says that, they all go, oh, Lord. Then his phone goes, bing. And they all go, oh, who's that? Who's that? And then she grabs his phone because he's like, I'm not going to show it to you. So she grabs it to him, but he's laughing. And he starts going, it's old. Hey, that's old. Now she is literally chasing him through the house.
Yeah.
She's wearing socks. I got nervous on those hardwood floors. I got nervous.
That she was going to slip and fall?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as she's chasing him through the house, we hear the cacophony from the table of, Monique, you need to understand, he's a loser. Monique, he's trying to play you. And he is running over the house, like literally like going into the bedrooms, going into the bathrooms, he's all over.
Like a child running from a whooping.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And first she's getting chased by Monique, and then she's going, let me see the text. Now here comes Calandra and Sylvia. Now Rachel and Stacy come up. Now everybody in the house has come up the stairs in this tiny little landing, and they're all like going, for real? Did he delete that? He deleted that? Then he runs down the stairs to the basement. And Monique catches him, and she finally gets the phone, and he goes, okay, you can look, because he's like,
yep.
She finally looks, and she goes, now, okay. And he goes, see, there's nothing there. And then she goes, let me look at the recently deleted. Grab him, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all, I didn't see that, because I was thinking, like, did they decide this beforehand? But they did not, because she says, grab him, y'all.
Yep.
I heard that on the second watch, and they all grab him. So everybody's watching, and so Rachel is holding him back so Monique can walk off with the phone, and he's laughing, going, what are y'all doing now? There's nothing to see. That's old. Sylvia and Rachel jump in and block Derek from going into the bathroom, and she goes into the bathroom.
Through that door. He was not getting through that door. It was bodyguarded up.
She was like, you're going to smash your fingers? You're going to smash your fingers.
Yeah.
like a little kid. Like your fingers.
He behaves. It's like a little child, like a little boy, like that's a little bad boy that you're always having to chase around the house with a switch or something like that, seeing what he's done.
So she's looking at his phone, and she sees photos and videos. She's like, now who is this bitch? Please. So Calandra goes, he embarrasses you, and he's got this bitch sending pictures.
Yep.
So he goes back to the table where everybody's drinking, and they go, is there anything in your phone she shouldn't see, like anything from last night? And we see Monique looks, and she sees the girl from the club last night has sent him a DM. Ugh. And Calandra's like, oh, he's texting that bitch from the club? And Derek is still going, open the door. So
Monique, why you got it locked? Why you got it locked, Monique?
It is.
It's so
people were like, this is the stupidest thing. I was like, this gave me life. This was, all of them funny. Blocking him.
Yep.
He's so tiny, he can't do anything about it.
Nothing but yell. That's it. And say it's old. Monique, that's old Monique. Just like stop.
And he's trying to jump to see over their heads. Like, hey, back here, in the back.
They're all a lot taller than him too. So no.
Oh my God.
It was a lost cause.
So Rachel says to him, what's in the phone, Derek? Is it new shit or old shit? He goes, that's old. Now the producer now asks him, Derek, what's in the phone? And he goes, everything. All types of shit. You got videos, you got pics, you got ass, you got titties. It's a porn site up in that phone. But in my heart, I'm in love with Monique, and she means more to me than all them other females. So,
you know what, Mary Payne?
Yeah.
I think he I think he really does love Monique.
Right.
As much as he knows how to love. He just doesn't know how to be faithful, but he didn't have time to come out and do his thing. He's got a little hound dog in him, he just does.
Not a little.
Yeah. He little, but the hound dog in him is big.
He's a little dog on the porch trying to play with the big dog.
Right.
So I looked at this screenshot of him and this other girl. I'm going to tell y'all, this is a 2-hour show that took me 3 hours to write notes on because I kept getting up from my couch, screenshotting the television, zooming in, getting my face real close to the TV, rewinding, going that 1 second rewind and pause. Mm-hmm. And I saw every single bit. So here it goes. So it's
this is gonna be good.
Okay, so she says, not your bitch throwing shots at me, calling me a groupie with a laugh face. Mm-hmm. And he says, how was the paperwork?
The paperwork?
She says, fine. Now, what does paperwork mean? How was the paperwork?
So she's asking him about Monique, and his response was, how did that paperwork?
No, how was the paperwork? Like, how did it go with your I'm going to look up Urban Dictionary. I'm going to look up paperwork.
Okay. Because I have no clue.
Because I was like, we didn't know, stand on your bag. Okay, paperwork. Court documents revealing what a prisoner's charges are. This is determined whether a person is a snitch or a child molester or another kind of person considered undesirable by other prisoners. So that's what paperwork means. So he said, how was the paperwork?
Was it paperwork one word or 2 words?
It was paperwork was 1 word. Let me see if there's another one. You guys,
And then she said, okay.
He said, how was the paperwork? And she said, fine. And the only other thing is paperwork marriage is a sole participant for benefits for immigration. Well, we know about that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what this means. I don't know. Somebody's going to reach out and be like, why are y'all so dumb? Why do y'all week to week not know anything from the Urban Dictionary? All right, so that's the first question we have. All right, next one. He writes to her out of the blue, busy. So I think this is a signal. I think
so too.
Don't DM me. No, I think it's a signal. Don't DM me because
Monique is
sitting right here. Busy.
Well, yeah, that part 100%. Yeah, that is exactly what that means. Because I just can't get past the first part, that paper part.
It's like a new. It's a new day, a new text.
Okay, gotcha.
And he wrote busy, and she wrote, "Man, you DFAM." Like, so it's like, you defam. Man, you defam. Something like that.
What in the holy ebonics are we? It's like, what?
And he writes back right away. He writes back right away in all caps, busy and TTYL. Like, don't text me again because Monique's looking at my phone.
I'm with my girl.
So she writes back, I'll lose your number. And he wrote back, busy, respect it. And
stop texting me. I'm with my girl.
And she writes back, I said what I said. Is she Nene Leaks? So,
right. I said what I said. Well, what you said was some bullshit.
I said what I said. So then it's a whole nother day. New text. And she reaches out and says to him, yo, bunch of O's. And then she writes, my husband's mom is here. So she's married.
So she's married. Scandalous.
So she said, my husband's mom is here. And he writes, clown emoji, keeping that dog on a leash with a dog emoji.
Ooh.
So I'm wondering, because he said, how's that paperwork? I'm
maybe
she's got a 90-day fiance situation.
Well, I was thinking something totally different. Since he used to be a drug dealer. And then we saw that scene where they went into the restroom. Well, he went into the restroom and then we heard a girl giggling voice. Like, and she was saying like, oh,
what you doing? Right.
So maybe it has something to do with drugs because paper means money.
Well, that's kind of initially I thought paper meant money, but it said how your paperwork. And she said fine, but it was one word. How's the paperwork? So I was like, what does that mean?
Help us out, Bunkies. Help us out because we are so lost.
We're so lost.
Yes.
So then when he wrote keeping that dog on a leash, she said, LMFAO, it's always on a leash. Tomorrow be doing hun.
Huh?
Tom, which usually means tomorrow. Tom be doing hun. Okay. And
so
then
tomorrow,
he says,
what you do?
I guess. And then he wrote IK, which means I know. I know till you met me. And she writes back heart emoji.
Ooh.
So she's saying he's always on a leash, something about you. And he says, right, until you met me. And she says heart emoji. And then this is where he writes, if you ain't going to be my porn star for one night, then leave me alone. Purple devil emoji. She writes, I ain't no booty call, LOL. And he wrote mines, MINES, like, yes, you are, your mines. And she writes back negative. Then she writes, one night gonna turn into years with me, baby. You know, you have no idea who you're really fucking with.
Okay. Okay.
And he writes back the thinking face emoji with like the finger on the mouth, like,
I'm thinking, okay, okay.
And then she writes, I could bring a table to a table, love. I got way more than just a coochie.
Okay, so she's got stuff to bring to the table. She doesn't just need a man. She's got stuff to offer as well. Like she's a dime piece is what she's saying.
When she said I could bring a table to the table, I was like, are you trying to say I bring more to the table? Is I bring a table to the table some more slang that Keisha and I don't know?
No, because we don't understand shit that's going on. We understood the table. We got that part.
And then I got way more than just a coochie. I got that.
We get that. She's got more to offer than just her coochie.
So she's not a one-night stand. She brings a table to the table. But by the way, she also has a husband. What?
Lord Jesus.
He's got paperwork.
And they're also on a show.
What?
Like your husband. I mean, there's a possibility her husband will never see it. But there's also a big possibility that someone who knows her husband
will see it.
We'll see that. Because this is the girl from the club, right?
Yeah, this is a girl from the club. All right. So now that we've been through that and we've confused ourselves, Calandra says, now what are you going to do now that you've seen all that on his phone? And she goes, well, I'm about to fuck him up. And Calandra
no, you're
goes,
not.
Well, and Calandra goes, well, come on.
She was ready to go. Her sisters are ready.
All of them are standing outside the bathroom door yelling at Derek. It's like 6-on-1. He's going, it's old. And they're all, it's new.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, motherfucker, you know that shit's new.
So then they're all saying, call the girl. And he goes, hold up. Wait. Before you call. If she says we're just friends and there's nothing there, then we're cool. You're going to forget about this. And they're like, you're training her. He's
already
like,
coached her.
I already coached her. So the girl answers, hello. And Monique goes, how you know Derek? You heard me. Why are you texting Derek pictures?
Because the girl's like, what? Who?
The girl says, I'm a club promoter. I work in a club. I'm a bottle girl. And she goes, where? And she goes, in Georgia.
Yeah.
Monique goes, he doesn't even have permission to leave the States. And now you know that doesn't make sense.
They try so hard to get the lie together, but it just falls apart immediately. It's so weak in Georgia.
I'm so sure some girl that's a club promoter in Atlanta is going to be texting this former inmate in Cleveland or Chicago. Oh, my God. Okay.
No.
So then after they hang up, Rachel goes, now, you hear things. Rachel Godmother says, you hear things. But when you see it in person like this, it's real disappointing. He's constantly lying. He should just be honest. Like, is this what you really want? Or are you just playing a game? So Rachel's like, I have heard Calandra and Sylvia tell me about this bullshit, but I didn't believe it until I saw it in person. Like, this is ridiculous. And
she hasn't even met his sisters.
And she what?
She hasn't even met his sisters, and she says this is all ridiculous. Wait till she meets them.
My God. So Derek says to all of them, what y'all got to say now? See, she doesn't even, I don't even know that girl. And Calandra goes, you coaching these hoes.
Yep.
And if she's a party promoter, why would she be sending you those pictures? And Monique goes, nothing in those texts says she's a club promoter. And they're all going, nothing in those texts say business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So funny. It's like all of them all of a sudden are like detectives, right?
Yep.
So he tries to turn it on Monique. He's like, you take everything the wrong way. And Calandra says, he's not going to tell you the truth. So what are you going to do now? He is lying to your face and you can see it yourself. Like we're all witnesses to that.
Yep.
And Monique says, you're not being faithful. You come to Chicago and embarrass me in my face. And then talking head, he goes, all right. So I had a little entertainment fun, but not too bad. I mean, I just been joking around with people.
Mm-hmm. Joking around could get your ass kicked too. I mean.
So Calandra goes, you just said you would kick his ass out. And Derek goes, you don't decide. I'm only going to go if she tells me to. And then Monique goes, it's getting kind of late. Like all y'all need to leave. So Derek goes, hey, next time I see y'all, I'm going to have some gifts for y'all. What? And they're all like, we don't want gifts. We hope he's going to be gone. We hope this is it. We hope he's going to be gone. So they leave and they're in the kitchen and he goes, so we going to be together or what? Are you just going to listen to what your family says? And she says, if I would have listened to what my family says, we'd not be together right now.
Right.
She says, I'm going by what I saw and my decision from what I saw on your phone.
Yep.
So he says in talking head, he's like, this night was a disaster. I can't propose to Monique. I came all the way out here to put a ring on her finger and now she's kicking me out. And I was like, what? So then she's first following him around, telling him to pack up his shit.
I was shocked when she did. I thought she was going to make him pack his stuff and go back down to the basement.
I know.
But now she really kicked that ass out.
And talking head, he goes, I fucked up. I ain't going to lie. I fucked all the way up. Temptation got the best of me.
As it always seems to do.
He goes back in the kitchen. He climbs up on the counter. He gets the ring. And she tells him to leave. So I guess he gets in a production man because he's like, we only rented this house for a week. And if I don't get to come back here, the new owner is going to have that ring.
Right?
We only rented the house for 4 days. Oh, my God. All right. Now let's go over to Aris and Cameron. Okay. She is a solid 6 months pregnant. I mean.
Mary Payne, why did she have that outfit on knowing her dad was coming? Like, that.
None of her clothes fit her. Like later on,
she
wear on the overalls. Yeah, and she refuses.
Nothing fits. Just go. They have cute maternity clothes at Target. Go invest in some. I mean, it just makes her look bad. It really does. It's
just like, girl, you need to accept it. You wear a bigger size.
You're pregnant. Yes. And then you know what? That baby's everywhere on her too. I mean, that baby's in her face, her neck. I mean, she's pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to act like, oh, we just found out yesterday. I was like, the baby is crowning. Like, what are you talking about? Sorry, that was gross.
Can someone call the doctor in, please? She's crowning.
That was gross. So he walks down the stairs acting like a total dork. And she goes, teeth out, flag up. So he takes his red bandana out of his pocket and his stupid grill out of his mouth.
That was so funny, though.
I was like, I'm sure Keisha thought this was funny.
It was so funny in the way that he looked when he had to take out his grill. Like, okay, Mom, damn, Grandma's coming up. I got to take my grill out. It was so Cameron. He makes me laugh.
He has won you over, and he has
completely 100% won me over, and I could not stomach him in the beginning.
I don't think he's funny. He's trying too hard.
He's so funny. It's corny, but it's funny. Love him, Mary Payne. Love him.
I know you
Love
do.
Him.
I don't. So she says her dad's coming to visit, and she says her dad already has a bad taste in his mouth about Cameron because the way they went about getting married, was super untraditional. And he goes, why'd you choose to wear that? Because you totally look pregnant. You got to suck in your stomach.
It's the same shit we all sitting at home thinking, Cameron, thank you for saying it. I mean, she is walking around like she does not look pregnant. She is literally walking around like she looks 2 months pregnant.
Do you think my dad's just going to think I put on a little love weight? That's what dad's going to think?
Well, he may think that if he's never in life seen a pregnant woman before. I mean, but come on.
Yeah. But that was funny when Cameron goes, suck your stomach in. She was like, what? I can't suck my stomach in.
You know why it was funny, Mary Payne?
Why?
Because Cam's funny.
Okay. He's funny when he's not trying to be funny. When he's not like doing bits, he's funny.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, when he's doing bits, I don't like it.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to talk to him about that.
All right. It's like my mother says, there are a lot of out-of-work comedians.
Yes, there are.
So, Dad arrives. His name is Aaron. And I thought Dad was so cute. So cute. And I want to know
he could be in the zaddy category.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or as Amy Archer would say, he's a holdie, a hot oldie. Yeah.
I've never heard that before. A oldie. I like that.
Yeah, oldie. He's cute, and so I would like to know the backstory on him and like why he was in prison a couple of times and he turned his life around. And I'd like to know. I'd like to know.
Me too.
Obviously, he turned his life around. So he says, "I just want to know why y'all couldn't have waited a year or something to get married." And his talking head, he says, "Cam didn't even ask me if he could marry my daughter. I don't even know this guy. I don't even know who he is." So Cam sits down and says, "I love her so much and care about her, and I definitely understand your concerns. And, you know, man, you were incarcerated just like me." And that's when Dad says a couple of times.
Yep.
And he goes, "And I know I rushed things, and that was disrespectful for me not to ask, and I apologize for that." So Aris says, "Yeah, and I feel like I made the right decision. Let me get myself off this couch. We got to get ready for dinner."
She got up too. That is exactly how she. Well, you guys can't see Mary Payne, but she did exactly what Aries did. Like she got on like a pregnant woman.
You got to push up with both arms to get up. And when she sat down with like her legs out because like her stomach's in the middle of her legs. So the two men sit there to talk, and Cam says, "You know, again, I do know that we rush things, but I got to tell you, man, like I was a street dealer and I was flying all over delivering drugs, and I really wanted to be sure I didn't go back to that life. So I didn't want to just be a boyfriend and then I'd be tempted by the streets. I wanted to move here and settle down. And, you know, between the two of us, we're going to have to bury any hatchets we have and get along for the sake of Lena and Aris and any future children we have." And Dad goes, "We got a long way to go, brother. Slow down."
Yep.
And he says, "Don't have any kids yet. Just do what you need to do for y'all and really get to know each other." And Cameron's like, "Whoop, whoop, whoop." He does Jim from The Office. Whoop, looks at the camera. So Lena and Aris are now going to get ice cream with Aris's dad. And Lena says that she does like Cam. And she says, "I like Cam. He treats me and my mom like queens. And he's really smart and he helps with homework." And Dad's like, "Mm-hmm." And Aris is like, "He's improved so much and he really doesn't want to go back to that street life." And Dad says, "Time will tell. Time will tell." And this is Dad's experience. Yeah.
Yep.
And she says, "Dad, I really want to tell you something that's bothering me because I didn't tell you about the wedding and I feel really bad about that. So now I need to tell you a big secret that I'm sure you had no idea about, that I'm pregnant."
Right.
And it's a girl. And Lena goes, "Yeah, it's a girl. And we're going to name her Charlie." And Dad says, his talking head, he goes, "I told them to slow down, but they seem to want to just go faster. She brought this guy into the house she knows nothing about. And that's my problem with the whole thing. Everything is not always rosy."
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, so sometimes I have to put myself like, if that were my daughter and she had done what Aries said, I would be furious.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you didn't even tell me about the wedding. I'm like, I know you're 35, but I'm about to whoop you right now, Skylar. Like, I would be like hurt and very upset. And then it's someone who just got out of prison. Like,
and then your grandchild lives there too.
Yeah, I think producer James would stroke out if that were to happen. You know, that's his biggest fear. And he's a rapper.
Right.
That does not help at all. No.
Right.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So next scene is they're back at home and, you know, she's folding baby clothes on the couch. And Aris is. And Cam calls his sisters, Steph and Kia, and they're coming to visit. And they're all excited. So he says, "Oh, I can't wait to tell my sisters the news." And then a talking head, she goes, "Yeah, we agreed not to tell anybody about the baby at all. So I can't tell him that I told my dad." I was like, but he's going to tell his sisters? Did he want his sisters to know first? I don't get it.
I think she's probably, like, unless the sisters are going to be there at the same time as her dad, they don't necessarily have to know that her dad knew before them.
Right.
I don't know.
It's a show, so yeah.
Yeah.
So And he says, yeah, when the sisters are going to get here, I really need you guys to get along because like, remember last time when like you didn't come to the welcome home party because you didn't want to come. And she goes,
That's
no,
not the reason.
I was really sick. Like, remember they showed her, she was like, I'm going to try not to throw up on camera. Like she was really sick.
She may have been pregnant then.
I think she was probably pregnant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she goes, I was really sick. Didn't you tell them I was like super sick? And he goes, no, I just said you didn't really want to come. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
And she was like, I never knew any of this. I never knew they had an issue with me. I didn't know any of this.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, now when they come, you're going to need to make it right with them. And she's like, what the hell?
Really?
Yeah. All right. Now I got to tell you something. A better way for people like Derek, who we just talked about a moment ago, to spend his time on his phone. And also sort of like Cam when he puts his phone on Do Not Disturb when he goes up to make his sick beats in the club, in the studio. A better way for them to spend time on their phone, Keisha, is going to be playing Word Collect, okay? Word Collect is a game you can play on your phone. It's a game that just keeps growing and growing. It's my new obsession. It's like a word puzzle. It's an app, okay? Now, there are 2,000 levels, so you never get bored, but it starts really easy, which means I'm still on the levels because I'm still kind of beating it, but it does get harder as you go. But this game is a great way to grow your vocabulary. And I know 10 or 100 people on this show that could use a good way to increase their vocabulary.
Every single one. Oh, yeah.
What does Chance say later on? He says he's, oh gosh, there's a word he uses. I can't remember.
That wasn't the correct word?
Oh, no, not in a million years, not with Chance. Yeah, Cam and Aris seem to be okay, but Derek and Monique could definitely
they need help. Yeah,
vocabulary builder. So right now, Word Collect is offering 2,500 coins and 500 gems when you download and play. So stop mindlessly scrolling through social media. I'm looking at you, Derek, and keep your mind sharp. You can go to Apple or the Google store and search for Word Collect. So if you're like me, you want to get fit with your mind and your body, you're going to download Word Collect for free today. And I am really playing this, guys. I have it in a little box on my phone that says like word games, and I've got some other ones on there, and I put Word Collect. It's really fun. It's really fun. Huh. Like I said,
and they most definitely need it.
I must still be on the lower levels because so far it's not super hard. So, yeah, nobody needs to know what's going to happen to me when it gets hard. I'll be like, Keisha, can you help me?
I'm like, no, go to Urban Dictionary.
Okay, let's move on to probably the worst thing we've seen on this TV show in a while. And that really says a lot because we just saw 6 grown people block a man from going into a bathroom.
Yes, we did.
This is the worst thing we've seen on this show. And this is Sara and her child.
Oh, my God.
This is low even for this show.
Keisha. So are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking on why it's so low? Because I'm thinking that they're using this kid. Because they have nothing else as far they don't have Sean's little clan of kids nor Purple Head Girl. I can't remember her name. That storyline's gone. He's in good with the family. So now I would hate to think they're using that baby.
Well, for a storyline. They're using her for a storyline. And the fact that this scene happened with Anthony and Abby and Sara at the donut shop is egregious as a parent. Yeah. And to have this little girl filmed when she finds out this information is awful.
Yep.
And I would have been fine with Sara telling us, the 3 of us went to the donut shop and we told her. And at first she was upset, but then she's happy. And then seeing her like maybe telling Sean what happened. We didn't need to 100%. See it play out.
It was so uncomfortable. It almost reminded me of, remember on Real Housewives of New Jersey when they went to Italy to see Joe and the girls are all at a table. Gabriella doesn't like to be on camera very much. Right. And she was trying to express her feelings and then she just hit her face because she didn't want to do it on camera.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were dead wrong for that.
Being 8 years old and doing like the laughing and the crying. It's
crying. It was awful. Yeah.
So I'll make it quick. Anthony arrives to hang out with Abby and Sara at the donut shop. And Anthony goes, do you know why we're here? And she's like, to eat donuts? What?
Yeah.
And Sara says, well, yeah, donuts, of course. But we brought you here so you could spend time with Anthony, and he has something to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, do you ever have questions about who your daddy is? And she goes, no. And he says, well, it's me. I'm your dad. And she goes, what? And then she laughs, and then she cries. Because
Christ. Yes,
she's
she
a little
does.
girl who all of a sudden all her emotions slapped her in the face because she's
Yep.
8 years old.
Yep.
And there's cameras filming her, and she's trying to be cute for the camera, but now
Right.
she's been told something horrible that everybody at school is now going to know about. I mean,
Yep.
this is
Yep.
awful.
It
Awful.
was bad. It was almost uncomfortable to watch because I felt so bad for her, and I so badly wanted to slap her mom for being an asshole, because this is just
Totally.
not how you go about doing this at all. And I felt at that moment they're using this kid for a paycheck. That's
Totally.
really how I felt. Yeah.
I felt that way too.
Yep.
So he tells her, I wasn't around much because I was sick, but I'll never hurt you. And I'm gonna come around a lot more because I love you. And I'm sorry. Are you mad at me? And that is just one thing that adults do to kids. Like, are you mad at me? To turn it around on the kid. And it is so fucked up because she doesn't know what she is. She's 8.
She has no idea. I mean, and then just think about, her mom has only been home for what?
Like
2 years, maybe?
2 years, yeah.
She's got a stepdad. She's got a new sister. I mean, this has been a lot that's been going on for this kid. And then you do this shit to her.
I mean, it is awful. So Sara says, you know, Abby, it's great now because you have Grandma and Johnny. What a winner he is. You got Grandma, Johnny, and Sean, and now you have your dad. And he's going to be able to come around a lot more now, okay? And Sara says, do you have any questions? And she goes, can I eat my donut? Can I go to color? Like, I'm so nervous.
She wanted to get out of that situation quickly.
Oh, it was so awful.
Yeah. Yep.
So
it was bad.
So then Anthony says to Sara, like, is Sean okay with me being here? Like, when can I start coming to the house to get her and take her to do stuff? And Sara goes, just right away, anytime.
I'm just like, what? Are you insane? You're going to let your little girl go off with this man who is still practically a stranger by herself?
Yes.
No, absolutely not.
This is crazy.
Like, don't they teach parenting classes in prison? Because obviously the two of them didn't take those classes.
I mean, everything about this, I was like, not only was this horrible, but then he's saying things like, I'll never hurt you again. And you don't know that.
Yeah.
A person in recovery would not make an absolute statement like that. Like, I'm never going to drink again. I'm never going to do drugs again. You just say, I'm not going to do it for today. But he's just like, and he says to her, like, it's just really scary. You know, I'm not worried about my recovery or anything, but this is like a big thing. And like, it's scary. Like, what he's saying is, I could fuck up next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she goes, yeah. And now you've got her involved. And if you fuck it up, that's it. This is your only chance. And he's like, yeah, I know. And she says, like, as a person, you know, she's a former drug addict herself. She goes, it's really scary because it is just easier to go back to that life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this was awful. And I would like to go past it because it was so upsetting to me, Keisha.
Let's go.
Upsetting.
It was bad. It was this season, there have been a few uncomfortable moments for all of us. That we're just totally, and it has to do with the kids. Always with the kids. Yeah.
All right. So now let's move on to Puppy and Amber.
Ooh,
so we start off with kind of a funny part, which is Queen walks into Puppy's room and goes, what the fuck's all this mess? What are you doing? This is ridiculous. I'm going to help you pack and you're going to sell it or give it to Goodwill. Yeah. Puppy's just sitting there and amongst the mess. She's like, I don't know. And then she's like, have you talked to Amber? And she goes, yeah, you know, I went over there last night. And like Amber says, like, she knows she's drinking too much, but like TC isn't giving her what she needs emotionally, you know? And in her talking head, she says, it's not peaceful in paradise like it used to be over there.
Most definitely not. No. But did you see how many, the red bottoms that chick had? The one, those looked brand new. Brand new. Not a mark on them. Yeah. No. Did she say she had probably $250,000 worth of shoes?
She did say that. And people were like, oh, I call bullshit on that. And I was like,
yeah, I don't think it's that much.
$250,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Not real cute stuff either, but I mean, it still has a label on it.
Right. Yeah. So now we go to the scene where TC and Amber are sitting at their breakfast table. And all I kept looking at was like, TC needs to shave that neck. That is so gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That neck was too hairy for me. So TC is talking to Amber and he says, it's really difficult for me to talk about things. And I just want everything to be easy and peaceful. And listen, I know you feel bad about yourself and your situation. And she goes, it's our situation.
Right.
And she says, after the abortion happened, we didn't talk about it at all. But in my head, I was thinking, you're blaming me for this because of my drinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, yep, I was. And I felt like you were deflecting the real reason that you had to get the abortion. So this is interesting because she had to medically terminate her pregnancy because the doctor said because of her liver function, she wouldn't be able to hold a baby. And if it was going to be either her or the baby was going to die.
Right.
So I guess he felt that she just didn't put enough emphasis on the fact, like, it's my fault because of my drinking.
I mean, but she said earlier that she knows that the liver thing came from her years of using drugs.
Right.
She did admit to that. So yeah. I don't know what he wants.
I mean,
at this point,
he knew who he was with, and she had a past, and so she starts crying, and again she was like, I had 10 appointments, and they're all within like a block of here, and you never went with me to anything. Like I was really alone, and I'm really alone, and it breaks my heart. And then he says, it's really hard for me to show affection. It really is. And he says, but I have to tell you, the drinking really irritates the shit out of me. And I want you to focus on stopping it because I do really love you. Now, I got to tell you.
Now, wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
As being in the position of somebody who has been married to an addict, it is like, please focus on this. Like, why can't you focus on this? So if she does have the drinking problem that they're indicating that she does, it's out of her control for her just to focus on quit drinking or to what I mean? She's not able to just stop like that. So I think if you just want her to focus on it, why don't you do something to help her get some help? Find an AA meeting, find this person in sobriety that could mentor her. Don't just say, you're irritating the shit out of me. Like that's not helpful.
Or perhaps be a more supportive partner.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that may encourage her, like, I got a good thing. I don't want to mess this up. But part of her drinking is because of what she just fucking went through. It's like he keeps forgetting that. I don't think he feels like it was important. I don't like it wasn't a big deal to her. I'm not sure. He's not taking her emotions very seriously at all.
Right. And so she's crying and he says, listen, don't cry. Listen, I'm sorry. I wasn't there for you when you needed me. And I just don't know how to deal with issues. And she says, I just want you to love me. And even if you can't say it, at least you could give me a hug and be like, hey, it's okay, bitch. We don't have to talk about it. Yeah. I love you. It's okay. Yeah. I love how she's like, you could just say, hey, it's okay, bitch.
Hey, bitch. Yeah. That's her, bitch is her love language.
I know.
So.
Yeah. It's like saying honey or, and so he gets up and he hugs her. And I'm like, yay, now everything's going to be fine.
It went down fast.
So she goes to get on the phone with her mom. And she goes, I just had a great heart-to-heart with TC. Like, we haven't talked like that in a while. And Mom goes, that is great. But and I love TC, but I want you to remember that he wasn't really there for you. And you can't fix someone when you're not fixed. Her mom is, again, reminding her that she has this drinking problem.
Yeah.
All right, now we get the interstitial with Puppy's designer stuff. Queen walks out of the room with some Louboutins and a Louis Vuitton Neverfull bag that's about $2,000. And she goes, I'm just going to take this.
That's exactly what I would do. I was like, look, bitch, you know you can't pay any bills right now, so let's go shopping right here in your closet. I would have been doing the same thing.
So funny. She goes, did you do this to Amber when Amber lived here? She goes, Amber walked in with her money for the rent. So funny. So Puppy says she's going to try not to be a hoarder anymore, and she's going to try to do less is more. So
we'll see.
She goes, I'm going to try to do less is more. Come on now.
Puppy, we know you.
All right. So Amber walks into her house and it's a total wreck. I mean, we just see like stuff on the floor and like food on the stove. And she's annoyed because she just cleaned it that morning. So she calls Puppy and goes, will you come over here and help me out? She goes, this is the last straw. So she tells us in her talking head, it's been a few weeks since we last argued, but last night we got into another argument and I feel just so underappreciated. And like at what point does it become understanding to like, this is a joke and I'm just drained from it. So we see a flash of her saying, "Hey, I'm going to the gym," and kissing him going, "It's about time."
Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That was bad.
Yeah, that was really fucking bad.
That was bad.
Really bad. Yeah.
And then she says, she's pointing around. So she's writing her name on sticky notes, and she's walking around. She's going, "Everything in this motherfucker is mine."
Yep.
So Puppy arrives, and she tells
That's the Amber I like right there.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like it when she gets so real tough. So Puppy arrives, and she goes, "Yeah, listen, so here's the thing. TC and I got into it about the house, and I pay the bills, and I clean the whole house for basically these 3 grown men. And then when I try to talk to him, he argues and says something about my drinking. And you know what he told me last night? He told me he's not attracted to me anymore, and that I need to do something with my life."
He's
and
done
you know
with
what else
her.
He said? Yeah. And you know what else he said? He said that stuff with the baby was not an accident. Like, it was intentional. And Puppy's like, "What?"
No, I have a question about that part too. Okay. About the baby. What did that mean? Did it mean he got her pregnant on purpose? She got herself pregnant on purpose? I didn't understand it.
She tricked him and was trying to get pregnant. The stuff with the baby was intentional. She was trying to get pregnant.
Why would
because he didn't want kids. Yeah.
But she didn't either. She didn't even think she could have kids.
Right.
He's just done. He's done. He's just done.
When somebody says, "I'm not attracted to you," and you need to do something with your life, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. They're done. They've checked out. Now they're being disrespectful to you. No, he's done. They just fucking leave.
So she's crying, and she's like, "It's just not fair. It's just not fair. And I'm just done. And Puppy goes, "Good. I'm glad you're done." And then she's like, "Call in the fixer. Call Queen."
That's right.
So they call Queen, and they go, "Call Richard. Call Hank. Call Tiffany. Yep. We need muscle for moving."
Yep.
So she's
Queen's like, "I'm on my way, bitch."
I mean, she drives up 2 queens in a truck. I don't know. She drives up she drives up. So Amber goes in her closet, and she's like, "I just need to get stuff. I should get some of my stuff. And what I need to do is," now she's like manic, like she's panicking, She's like, "I need to get all the bills out of my name. I need to get that truck out of his name, and I need my money." And then she tells us she put $5,000 down on the truck, and so did he. And then for that whole month, he didn't pay any bills to make that happen. So either she wants her money back or she's taking the truck.
Take the truck.
Take the truck. So these friends come in, these dudes, they come in, and she's like, "Everything on it has a me sticker is mine. So start in the laundry room. There's hand trucks in the garage. Get the washer and the dryer. Let's go. You gotta take that table apart. Let's go."
And everybody gets to moving.
They get moving.
No one asks any questions. I like ride or die people that you just tell me you need me and I'm coming. No questions asked or anything like that.
You got to take that table apart and unhook the washer and dryer. And they're like, "No problem."
Yep. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Right on it.
So the talking head, they're asking Queen a question outside. She goes, "I don't give a shit what TC thinks. He showed his true colors when she was going through her situation. He didn't give a fuck. So right now, we don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck. So we don't give a fuck about you, not us."
So TC drives up, and I said, "Thank God, it looks like he shaved his neck." So he drives up, and he's like, "What's going on?" And we see a little clip of that next week.
I can't wait.
Right,
I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yes.
So now we have Brittany and Marcelino, and here are the notes I took. The kids are adorable. Brittany is gorgeous. He proposes to her for a vow renewal, and that's it.
What else can you say? There's nothing else to say. Their scenes don't fit in with the flow of the show at all. It's just kind of like, huh? Here's what they need to do. They need to just give them their own 30-minute show.
Yeah.
Because they don't fit in with the whole After Lockup stuff anymore.
I'd look at those kids for 30 minutes. They're so cute.
Zoila is so sassy and cute.
Rebel, where's your off button? And he lifted up his shirt down his belly button. Oh,
they're so cute. Yeah, they need their own little show. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they obviously they want to keep them their fan favorites. Okay, test them out on their own show. We need another show to talk about anyway.
I really wonder if they had another couple that was filming that something just majorly imploded and they
threw them in.
And we can't use them. Let's see, Brittany and Marcelino will do half a season or whatever.
That would make sense right there because that's what it seems like. It just doesn't go with the flow at all. I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, Britt. Hey, Mars.
Kids are cute. Brittany's pretty.
Yeah. That's it.
So here's something that I love about Brittany, and it's her hair. Her hair is incredible. It was incredible when she had it dyed. It's incredible now that it's back to its natural color. It was incredible the day she came out of prison. It was incredible
Yes, it
the day
was.
she went into prison. Brittany has incredible hair. So I was wondering if she uses our new sponsor, which is Nutrafol. Okay, I got to tell you about Nutrafol. So with Brittany's stress level, she could have had some thinning in her hair with her stress. So maybe that's why her hair looks so great, because she's using Nutrafol. Nutrafol knows how to address the problem of thinning or shedding, but you have to take the whole body wellness approach, and that's what they do. Their medical grade supplements can help you feel better and look better. Like you know, in this house, I have ordered Nutrafol, and my husband has ordered Nutrafol. So we're going to be like, they're going to be like, who's that couple with the amazing hair walking down the street? No, it's not the dogs. It's us. Look at us. Look at us.
Hey, Rapunzel.
Hey. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended supplement for hair growth, and it's for women and for men, clinically shown to improve your hair growth, visible thickness, and visible scalp coverage. They have supplement formulas to help women from postpartum to menopause, and no matter what the root cause, each is physician formulated for, it uses all natural stuff, medical grade ingredients. So what you do is you go to Nutrafol.com and you take their hair health wellness quiz, which is what I did, and it'll identify the causes of your thinning hair, and they'll give you a personalized plan. So I did this, and like I said, they're sending me this supplement that works for me specifically, because there could be lots of causes of hair thinning. There could be stress, check. Hormones, check. Environment, maybe, check. Nutrition, check, check, check. Lifestyle, check. And metabolism, 7 checks. I got all those things. So in a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after 6 months. So you're going to take the first step to visibly thicker, healthier hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the code PINKSHADE. That's all together, PINKSHADE. You're going to find out why over 3,500 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. That's Nutrafol.com. Okay. Nutrafol.com. Use promo code PINKSHADE. Nutrafol.com. Promo code PINKSHADE. Do it. Live your life. Get hair like Brittany's. That's it.
Woohoo. She's got a good head of hair.
She's so pretty.
Yes.
Okay. On to Tayler and Chance. Now we have to end with Tayler and Chance, because Tayler is that friend that you just want to shake.
Yes.
Sort of like Monique.
Yes.
Like, can't you see what's happening right in front of you? Why can't
they need to come spend a week with both of us. They really do.
Who said this, that Rachel, godmother Rachel, needs to go and have a talking to Tayler? Like, can we send godmother Rachel?
Oh my, yes.
Or at the very least, Queen.
No, she needs some Queen in her life. Because Queen is going to tell you straight out this, and then she'll go to the boyfriend and cuss him smooth out too.
Queen would have had that garage apartment for Bobby done in 4 days.
She would have just called the crew that she just called to help Amber out to come get everything ready for Bobby.
Wow. So unfortunately, Tayler has Bobby as her wing woman. So Tayler and Bobby are driving in the car like Thelma and Louise. They're tracking Chance on the GMC app. And of course, I'm like, I have that app. Should I be tracking people? Who should I be tracking? My son? Like, who should I be tracking? So they have found him at a bar, and Bobby, as they're driving up, she's like, he's at a bar. Guys are such douchebags. So Taylor's like, why does he lie about everything? And Bobby says, he's just telling you what you want to hear, so you'll be happy for the moment, so he can continue doing what he wants to do.
True. Very true.
Very good point,
That's
Bobby.
exactly what he's doing. Yeah.
Bobby's thinking clearly. So we see Chance at the bar. He's talking about the double shots. This was a double. I didn't know it. Ooh. Well, yeah, it's double full, you dummy. So Bobby lights up in the car and says, Tayler, don't cry. You're too pretty to cry. Let's go inside. So I said, sidebar, Bobby's lip piercing really looks like it hurts. I've seen people with pierced lips, but it's more like the little ring that goes all the way around. This one goes right through the middle of her lip.
I mean, I wonder was she able to watch it since like medical stuff makes her feel awkward and gives her flashbacks.
I
kind of
know.
like the whole baby at the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one did. It looks
that?
uncomfortable. I don't know.
I mean, it's obviously been there a while because she's not uncomfortable talking with it or anything. But
Right.
damn, I'm like, was that a mistake? Did they get it in the wrong spot?
Maybe.
She want it right through the middle of her lip.
She probably wanted it.
She probably did.
Yeah.
But she is, I think, getting rid of that tattoo on her face. So that's good.
Good.
It looks like it's fading, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So now Bobby and Tanya walk in, and Chance is there with a girl named Tanya, who literally looks just like somebody I know that I cannot place, but I think it's a friend of Ingrid's, and I'm going to have to send Ingrid a picture because I kept taking pictures of her. I was like, who does this girl look just like? It's somebody. It's somebody.
Who's Tanya? That's all I can think about.
Who's Jessica? So Tayler walks in crying, and Tanya goes, hey, nice to meet you. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Now, Mary Payne, any woman knows that when you catch your man with another woman, the last motherfucking thing that you do is walking crazy. Bitch, you walking with your fist up. You know what I mean? Like, you don't go over there crying. And like, you're supposed to walk up and be like, bitch, who is you? I've seen your name in my husband's phone. Who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? Why are you still here breathing?
Are you Tanya or are you Jessica? Which one are you?
All right.
Yeah, because you're not the only one, girl.
No. Mm-mm.
So Tanya goes, girl, are you okay? And Chance goes, hey, what's going on? Why are you crying? Hey, don't be misconstruing this. She's just a friend. He's just a friend. And she's like, what? Why didn't you tell me where you are, Chance? And he says, I didn't tell you because I can't tell you anything because then you just argue with me and then you tell me what I can and cannot do. You're trying to control me. And then Tanya goes, hey, why did you instantly just start yelling? And he goes, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then in the talking head, he's like, I don't know what kind of mess I just got myself into.
A big one.
So Bobby and Tayler go in the bathroom with the producer. And Taylor's like, I want to leave. I don't want to wipe my face with toilet paper. I want to get out of here. She's wiping her face off.
Her eyeliner was the real MVP because she managed to keep that eyeliner on the whole time.
She sure did.
Yep.
Like, get a sponsorship, girl.
No kidding.
At the table, Chance talks with Tanya and he's like, listen, man, like my friends are forever. And she goes, yeah, well, your kids are forever and you just made a new one. And you have a new baby mama, so that's forever too. So, all right. So she jumps up and goes, I'm going to go check on her. And he goes, that's true. That's some truth. That's truth.
Yep.
So she gets up to go check. Tanya's trying to do this. Hey, girls, we're all in it together, girls. And they're like, we don't fucking know you.
It's back like, Tanya, give me 50 feet, bitch. You need to back all the way back up because no.
We're not in this together. So
no.
And his talking head, he's sitting at the bar and goes, I've been in prison. I was in prison. I was controlled. And I'm not a motherfucker you can control. You can't control me. I'm Chance Earl Brad Pitt. So
this liquor can control me though, and it's doing a pretty goddamn good job right now.
So the girls say to Tanya, so have you been meeting up with him or is this your first time meeting with him? And she goes, oh, it's the first time. And Bobby goes, that's interesting. That's interesting. And Tanya goes, why is it interesting? And Bobby goes, I don't know. It's just interesting because like all of a sudden you're up in the mix. Yeah. And Tanya goes, he didn't tell you that we're friends? Like, we're friends. Like, I don't have any ill intent. And Tayler goes, it's not that. Like, no offense. Like, I don't know you. And like, I don't know if you have, what'd you say? Ill intentions. And I feel like I should have been told that like you were friends. And Tanya goes, I agree. It's not my fault he didn't tell you.
Right.
So Chance walks up and she goes, you didn't tell me you're meeting her and you're an asshole for that. So now there are a bunch of drinks on the table. Like there's 4. Yeah.
Well, he grabbed them all. Yeah. He grabbed them all for the bar and what do you call it? He quadruple fisted it over there because he carried all of them.
And he goes, oh, these are all for me. I'm going to drink them all. I'm going to drink all 4 of these doubles. And then I'll have my buddy pick me up. What do you think of that? So Tanya walks up and starts moving them away from him. Yeah. And she goes, Chance, this is not the way to do it. What are you doing? What are you doing? And then she says to the girls, are you planning to drink this? And they just look at her like, we have told you now thrice. Back the fuck up, Tanya.
She should have been like, bitch, I'm breastfeeding his child. Of course I can't have a drink.
Bobby's like, I'm in recovery and she's breastfeeding. What are you talking about? So she's like putting her hands on him and stuff when she's going, buddy, this is not the way to do that. So he's like, oh, fuck it. And he starts grabbing all the drinks. You want to watch me? You want to watch me drink? I would drink all these drinks. And Tayler goes, you're acting like a total fool. And so she tries to grab the drinks and he's like, you're trying to control me. You're trying to control what I drink, what I can watch, who I can call, who I can talk to, where I can go. And Bobby goes, it's a mutual control. Right. So then he goes, I could just drive off. I could just leave. And Tanya goes, honey, stop. You're taking it way too far. You should calm yourself. And she's touching him. And then he puts all the drinks around him and goes, I'm not going to drink these, but nobody touch them. These are mine. So they all just look at him.
These are my Legos, guys. These are my Legos. No one can touch them.
It's like when sometimes when people get out of prison, they put their arms around their food. Like, this is my food. Like, don't touch my food. And so they can shovel it in and keep their arms around it. Yeah. Like my kids used to do when they were 5. So he goes back to the bar and Bobby goes, he is really embarrassing himself. And Tayler goes, he's embarrassing me and I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be here. And Bobby goes, why is that girl so close to him and touching all over him? Yeah. So he's going, I just want to leave. I'm going to go out the back door. Can you show me where the back door is? Show me where the back door is. I can do whatever. I can go wherever I want. Who's going to stop me? So Tanya goes, me, I'm going to stop you. So then he goes in the bathroom and she goes in the bathroom. And then
that was, no.
I think that was because he's like, and then she's like, are you really trying to go out the back door? And they go, that was weird. It was. So then Bobby says he's going to get himself in trouble. He's acting crazy in public. Yep. I mean, Bobby's like, please somebody call the cops on this motherfucker. And put him in jail.
Yes. Like, right now.
So in the bathroom, he calls his buddy Zach and he's like, hey, dude, I need an emergency evac. I'm at the Redbirds. It's right around the corner. And Zach goes, it's fine with me. You can stay at my house. All right. Chance goes outside. He's like, I need some air. And then he's just to himself, you don't even know who you're talking to. You don't even know who you're messing with. So he starts to walk and he goes like, boop, boop, to open his truck. And this female producer runs after him.
Yeah.
And he looks at her and goes, don't even think about it. And she's like, nope, you're not getting in the car. So she's trying to like, with her little white headphones on, trying to like block him. Then this huge security dude comes over and is like trying to pull him out. And she's just like, don't interfere. You're tripping, bro. Like, what are you doing? Are you serious, bro? And the security guard goes, Chance, don't fuck with me. Take your keys out of the ignition or you're going back to prison.
Yep.
Chance goes, just like with the drinks. He's like, no, I'm not. Stop. You don't know my life. You don't know.
You don't know the story of my life. And if they ever make a movie about my life, it's going to be Brad Pitt starring as me.
That's right. He'd be so lucky.
Right.
He's my cousin. So Taylor's like, he's on parole and he's not even supposed to be drinking in here. He is like drunk in public and drawing attention to himself. Yep. So all of a sudden now Tanya, Bobby, and Tayler are all on top of him. Going like, you need to calm down. You're drunk in public. The cops are going to come. And he goes, hey, you know what? Like, y'all are disturbing the peace. I'm the peace. Cease and desist. I'm calling the cops. Tayler goes, you're going to call the cops on yourself? You're so stupid.
He's being a total damn idiot right now. I don't know if you saw, but the people in the bar were like looking out the window at him because he's just acting a damn fool.
They're like, it's another Thursday night at Redbirds.
Yep. There's always that one dude. Yep.
It's always that one guy. So Tanya's like, hey, buddy, let's talk, buddy. Putting her arm around him. And he's like, Tanya, you're a ride or die friend. And I'm going to always stick up for you. And Tayler just wants me to give up on my friends. Look at her. I'll listen to anything you have to say, Tanya. And as you know, Tanya, drinking is not a problem. And she goes, and she goes, yeah, maybe it's a problem.
Yeah, it's most definitely a fucking problem. When you're not going to work and you're going to a bar instead, I'm thinking it's a problem.
He goes, okay, so this is a problem. And she goes, come on, buddy, let's go. We'll go to an AA meeting right now. We'll go to an AA meeting drunk. We'll go right now. And he goes, we could do that. So Tayler is over on the side and she yells, you're being ignorant to me.
Oh, God.
No, Tayler.
Get some bass in your voice, girl. Come on.
Also, that's not what that means.
No.
She goes, you're being ignorant to me. What she's trying to say is you're ignoring me. Okay.
Is that what
she needs to play word collect is what she needs. Jesus,
right now.
You're being ignorant to me, and then you're just letting her touch all over you. You're just being like a fucking jackass. And I didn't even do anything to you, and I'm sorry. I don't know you, but please stop touching him.
Right? That would have been like, bitch, I'm about to slap your hand off my man if you touch him one more time, because she was doing too much touchy-feely. She should have been encouraging him to go home. Go home with your girlfriend and your newborn baby.
If Tanya and Bobby rolled up on me, I would get one look at Bobby, and I would do whatever she said.
I'd be like, oh, yes, ma'am.
She looks like she would shank you in a prison fight. I mean, for sure.
I'd be like, Miss Bobby, I've completed all the chores on my list. What else can I do to help out today, Miss Bobby? Shall we work on that garage apartment of yours, Miss Bobby? Yeah, the bitch don't look like she's playing. She don't look like she loses any fights either. And
also, Bobby, while we're asking you questions, is it Tim or Jim on the side of your neck? We don't know.
We have questions.
Is it Tim? Is it Jim? We just want to know.
We need answers.
I definitely need answers to that. So Tanya goes, I gotta go. So she goes inside. Now Tayler continues to yell, and then Chance says, this is not the life he wants to live. He tells Tayler and Bobby, why don't you just move right in? You two can sleep in the same bed. I just got out of 10 years in prison. This is not how I want to live my life, and I don't give a goddamn how you feel. And he sways off in his bedazzled jeans. So,
and that shirt he had on was like 4 sizes too big for him.
Yeah.
I was like, where is he going?
I don't know. He needs one of his 6 hoodies. You don't know, wears like 3-4 hoodies at a time.
Yeah. Because that shirt wasn't it.
Taylor gets in the car and was like, oh my God, I'm having a panic attack. I can't feel my hands. Sorry, that was a yawn. And she's bawling, crying. And Bobby leans over and hugs her. And she says, why does he hate me so much? I haven't done anything. And that is just, we have all been there. That was hurtful.
Yes, we have.
We have all been there, but even though the person is the biggest piece of shit on the planet, you still love them and wonder.
Yep.
And you still think it's
your fault.
What could I do? What can I do?
But I was actually proud of Bobby because she said, no, he does not hate you. You know what I mean? And that showed maturity on her part because he's been to her big time. But yes, when she said that, I said, man, we have all been there at some point.
And she says, why does he hate me? I haven't done anything. And Bobby goes, like you said, she goes, he doesn't hate you. She said, he's just fucked up.
Yeah, that's the truth.
A talking head, Bobby, voice of reason by the car, goes, she can do better. Fuck that. I'll move back in. She can just get rid of him. It's fine. Aunt Bobby's back in town.
Yeah. Not sheriff in town.
Not doing heroin in the living room, I hope. So Chance gets picked up, but we assume it was Zach, and he leaves.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully. So that's it. But next week on the season finale, all we see is Lindsay saying to Blaine, oh my God. That's all we say. We don't know for what.
And with Lindsay, it could have been anything. Like he needed to cut his toenails. He didn't go to work that day. He left dirty dishes at Amber's house. Just who knows?
He forgot to charge his tether.
Right? Just anything.
So then we see Cam taking a shot. We have to assume that's like before he's going to tell his sisters about the baby. Mm-hmm. We see Brittany crying, but then we also saw some champagne glasses clinking on the beach, and we've seen some shots of their beach vow renewal. Mm-hmm. And then we see TC yelling, I pay for that motherfucker. You hear me?
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, so how long is the season finale going to be? 2 hours?
2 hours, yeah. Like always, yeah.
1 hour could be just about the Amber Puppy TC Queen situation right there, because I'm so excited to see this.
I could watch Queen rally some troops within 20 minutes to come over and move somebody completely out of a house. I could watch that. Yeah. I could watch a whole show about that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, totally.
And then Derek gets on a knee and proposes to Monique.
Okay, and what do you think Monique says? Be honest.
I think she says yes, but she says we're not going to have the wedding quite yet because you got to show me that you changed, Derek.
Derek. Yes, Derek. She's going to say yeah. She loves him. She's head over heels in love with all the little bitty parts of him. Yes, she loves her some Derek.
Listen, I think they're going to have to agree to a polyamory open
situation.
I agree. Because he's
and
not
that works for some people.
Yeah. Now, they were on that radio show thing they had where that woman was interviewing them, and he was like, when's the last time you cheated? He was like,
a month ago.
Watch 30 minutes ago. with you in that bathroom. Like, what do you, I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So
yeah.
he's still doing it.
And he may get it out of his system, you know, like he was locked up for a long time. But she knows, I think at this point she has accepted that is what he does. And if she accepts it, who are we to say that it's wrong? But we still don't say it's wrong.
Well, it's not to say if it's wrong if two people have agreed on it. But
yeah. She's going to have to make some decisions.
Yeah. One person's not on board.
Right.
And it's just like, so we've been covering, Amy Archer and I have been covering Seeking Brother Husband. And I got Dylan and Pat coming on this week for Bad TV to talk about it. But it's like, this show really is about polyamory because you know that all the men also have women. So why didn't they just make a show about that? Why are we trying to pretend like it's only the women that have other partners on this show?
So that's what they're doing on there. Oh.
But everybody says like, no, all these couples are just in polyamorous relationships where the men and the women are allowed to have other partners. They have their rules and whatever. But like, why are they trying to act like it's just the women? And there's a poor guy sitting at home in the bed reading a book like, how was your date, honey? Like,
for ratings, Mary Payne, for ratings.
Do you think it's because they were trying to like keep it in that Seeking Sister Wife? So they thought,
yeah, of course. They went with what they have seen that has been successful and just gender swapped it.
Yeah, I think they should just been like seeking ... anybody ? Just whoever.
Yeah.
Man, woman, whatever. Come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in.
I agree. Everyone's welcome.
Everyone's welcome.
Yes.
All right, Keisha, what is happening over on the Libra Lounge with Keisha this week?
I don't know. Producer James asked me that before we started recording. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a show layout yet. I think we're recording tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what celebrities are doing, and that's what we're going to most definitely talk about.
Okay. All right. You cover a lot of Kardashian news over there.
We do. Yes, we do. Yes.
Is there any Kardashian news of the week? I haven't heard anything about the Kardashians this week.
Well, the funniest thing and we did talk about it happened last week, was that you know how there's been that whole Kendall Jenner and Hailey Bieber versus Selena Gomez. Okay, so everyone's got to pick a side. So Kim Kardashian, I can't remember if it was Kendall or if it was Kylie, but I think it was Kendall, and Hailey Bieber were all at Adele's show, right? Okay. So Adele's, there's this moment she's singing as she walks through the crowd and all of that. So the girls see, oh yeah, she's coming this way. So they really start singing with all their might, because they just know Adele is about to stop by and see Kim Kardashian. She totally straight up ignored them, made it known that she was ignoring them, and went directly to the people after them and touched their hands and sang to them and everything. It was a moment. Yes,
so people are videoing it thinking like, oh, she's about to go come and talk to Kim Kardashian, but she goes to the people directly behind him. So Kim's still in the shot, but just not getting attention. Well,
and Kim thought she was about to get attention too, and she got zero. So we were all like, Team Selena, Adele's part of Team Selena. So yeah, it was one of those moments like, you know what? That felt good. They should not always get what they want. Thank you, Adele. Thank you.
Now, the best thing is Selena's going to go to a concert. She's going to walk right up to her and have Selena do a duet.
No, she's going to have Selena come on stage. Selena Gomez is in the audience, everyone. Come on up here. That was, I'm like, that is a,
I love
put the Kardashians in their place a little bit, So yeah, I like that a lot.
I love that. Yeah. So Keisha, when we go to Las Vegas for BravoCon, you're gonna get me some Adele tickets. I'm gonna see if you can do that for me.
I'm gonna see what I can do. I may be able to work something out. I mean, I'm not, but I'm gonna see what I can do.
My budget is $150. So see what you can do.
We ain't going to see Adele. We can go to a drag show together because we ain't going to see Adele on a $100 budget at all. Because all I have is $100 too, and $200 ain't gonna get us anywhere near Adele. So yeah, different things.
So funny. All right, everybody, be sure to follow us over on the Instagram at Pink Shade Pod, on the TikTok at Pink Shade Podcast. I would like to say that the TikTok we put out last week is over 25,000 views.
What?
I've been told does not make me TikTok famous.
That make you Dickinson from where I'm at famous. Most definitely. That's huge.
Yes,
that's
and
big.
I've been told very clearly by my children that I needed to check myself before I wreck myself, because that It does not make me TikTok famous. Anyway, it
Be
was
your
exciting.
own kids. To be your own kids, Mary Payne, that just kick you when you think you're up high and they just bring you right back down to earth. Yep.
They're like, you got 25,000 likes? I go, no, 25,000 views. They're like, please, girl, please. I was like, oh, okay. I thought that was the same thing, but I guess not.
Right.
So, follow us over there and leave a 5-star review and rating if you feel so kind. And do the same for Keisha. If you're listening to the Libra Lounge with Keisha, go give her a 5-star review too. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. How about that?
Nothing. Don't say nothing.
All right, Keisha, I'll talk to you next week, and then we got to figure out our next move.
All right. Sounds good to me.